Quick hypothetical. You get the suit, first thing you're doing.
The Ant-Man suit?
No, the fucking Iron Man suit.
Robbing a bank.
How you gonna pull that off?
I'm like a millimeter tall.
Yeah, but you still gotta carry the money out, and they're gonna see the money coming.
Yeah, but you go in with a little bag because you're little, and then you become bigger. You got a big bag, and then you put the money in the big bag.
He has that pin made him that thing that makes all the money small. Bro, I'd walk out of there with millions.
I really hope that...
How would you launder it?
Put it in the washing machine.
Is that a joke?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell with you sometimes.
That was a good joke, though. Laundry, washing machine.
No, I got it. Because that's how Walter White kind of did it.
Yeah.
Not laundry, but car wash. But,
It was
How would I launder? I probably launder it through Nerd Soup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Bo Oliver, joined here today with Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy, and we are back to continue our MCU Revisited Series with 2015's Ant-Man.
Are we halfway there yet?
I think so.
We gotta be close.
Next one's Civil War.
fun fact, Nash let me borrow his gym bag once in middle school, and it said Ant-Man on it.
This movie always reminds me of Nash's nickname as a kid.
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man. Yeah, I'm the Ant-Man.
Yeah, they both suck.
You know, he definitely would have been Ant-Man if this movie came out when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Bad timing.
I definitely forgot how good this movie was. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Well, than I remembered. I could have remembered that this was kind of low on my list, but I kind of want to bump this up. This is a fun movie to watch.
I think I'm bumping it down.
I came in giving it the same score. At times, I thought I was going to bump it down. At other times, I thought I was going to bump it up. This movie, for me, switches between a fun heist film and just almost insufferable mediocrity. From the score, from the characters. There's nothing... That's not true. There are memorable moments, but they're few and far between, but they're good. So that's why I kind of enjoy it overall as a movie. But like I said, this was a back and forth between... This was a back and forth for me.
Oh, man, I'm kind of embarrassed of this. So I liked it a lot.
I'll start with the positives.
Well, we're all we represent three different perspectives here, right?
That's good. I like that.
I don't like my perspective, though.
And you're going to start with the positives, even though you're Mr. Negative?
It's good. Start at a high note, then...
Yeah.
You drop the bomb and then soften the blow.
No, I'm softening the blow, then I'm dropping the bomb. Wait.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Evangeline Lilly, major positive.
Yes. And Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd. And I think he's great as the character, as Scott.
They look good together.
They do. And I also think, like, technically and like...
Teddy's looking up these names like, who are these people?
No.
Paul, how do you spell Rudd?
These people are in Ant-Man?
I think the visual effects are fantastic. I have a great time watching this movie when they change perspectives from big to little, and you get a... I don't know how
when he goes from
that.
big to little and then little to big again.
No, but like when they kind of change the perspective and the things that are regular size become big, I think that's very fascinating. I don't know how like that's done, CGI obviously, but I think all that stuff is really cool and kind of to watch unfold. Comedy's a little... I thought this movie was funnier than it was. Because that's like the big thing with Ant-Man. People are like, oh, it's funny. It's like, it's, you know, more comedic. And
it's not that funny.
It's not that funny.
It's not that funny.
I was cracking up.
The Baskin Robbins thing is hilarious. I got a good chuckle of that every time.
I think Michael Peña's Luis is actually very funny.
At times.
He
overdo
was
it sometimes.
Paul Rudd's comedy was like, ugh.
Him breaking down the stories will always be funny.
Oh, yeah, of course.
His like, big safe just chilling.
Yo, man, this guy's got a big-ass safe just sitting in the basement, just chilling.
No, when he's like, the Baskin Robbins manager is like, yeah, Baskin Robbins always finds out. And when he goes back, he's like, oh, man, Baskin Robbins always finds out. And T.I.'s like, yeah, Baskin Robbins don't play.
Damn, they find out who you are? Yeah. Baskin Robbins always finds out, bro.
Baskin Robbins don't play.
T.I. was funny.
It starts off as almost like an Apatow-style comedy.
Yes.
But like you said, it's the jokes are few and far between. I think a lot of it you remember it as humorous because Paul Rudd is so charismatic, and he's got his little wacky crew of, you know, there's three characters that basically serve as comic relief in this movie. None of them are that funny, but when you think back on it, you think, yeah, there were a lot of attempts at humor in Ant-Man.
Yeah. Definitely. And
it's the most Marvel movie ever.
Right.
This is as cookie cutter as the Factory has ever gotten with their movies.
But you came off the Ultron too, though.
Right, but you expect tonally that it is going to be a little bit lean more into the comedy. But like where Guardian succeeds at that, this fails at most of the time. And I I think this movie could have used, like we all know the story of Edgar Wright, it could have used more of that high octane type style that Edgar Wright brings to the table. And I feel like that was just missing because it is kind of dull at times where, yeah, the heist and stuff were cool, but a lot of the in-between is just not very interesting. And besides, like I said, the perspective changes and the visual effects, I don't think the fights were that great either.
It was funny thinking of the action where he was small scale to what like a big fight scene would be, like he's running through the building, you know what I mean? But it's a miniature building
when he's running through the model.
Yeah. So like all that was funny, and it wasn't great action, but a lot of it was CGI too, where you can't have this big action set with Paul Rudd. It's Paul Rudd. He's not Chris Evans. He's not Chris Hemsworth.
There were a lot of opportunities for them to take shots at the genre, and they do at times when he's mocking the name. Well, that's just from the trailer. Is it too late to change the name? But even when he introduces himself to Falcon, I laughed out loud. I'm Ant-Man. He's trying to sound all cool and confident. It's like I'm here to just, steal a piece of technology. You know how that is. And also they had a chance to really explore the concept of his abilities and how fun it is to just watch him go little and then become big again and little again. And he can move like a bullet. He's got super strength. But I think Edgar Wright, more visual director than Peyton Reed, the better director than Peyton Reed, like you said, would have been the better choice to get into how imaginative you can be with these powers. I mean, I want to see Ant-Man in the Invincible world. There has to be a character based on Ant-Man
There is.
in that world. Is there?
Yeah,
okay.
She's part of the...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Guardians,
She's part of the Guardians, right. No, but we need to see that character push the limits of what this individual can do.
I mean, he does in
The
Civil
Thanos
War.
butt thing.
He does in Civil War.
No, but I want him going up somebody's crevice and then expanding and exploding them.
Oh, I mean,
I was actually
you're not
talking
gonna see
about
that.
that. I was actually thinking about this recently.
And Invincible.
I think Thanos would survive it.
You think he would just be able to
I think Paul Rudd might,
I think he takes it.
like Paul Rudd might die inside of him.
clench his stomach
Yeah.
muscles and just... It's like if he was in a Valerian steel cage, right?
Yeah, like Colossus Gloop getting stuck in the tube.
Yeah. What I did like about this movie was that they didn't force that this was part of the Marvel down our throats. This was a standalone, not a standalone film, but they kind of just like weaved their way in and out of the Marvel universe.
It very much is a standalone film, and I think that's why it's kind of disappointing that it is so familiar, because they had the chance to, like Guardians of the Galaxy, to push the boundaries of what the genre means to the MCU. And I think the heist aspects, the first heist is actually really cool when he breaks into Hank Pym's house, and we see that he's not just like some goofy idiot. He's actually very skilled at stealing things.
It's very hard to pull off like a good heist movie.
It is.
I think Ocean's 11 just did it perfectly. And everything other than that has been a poor attempt to kind of recreate that intrigue and kind of...
With all the science and all the tech and
I
the whole
feel
team.
like this just wasn't like a fun heist to watch.
The second
end-
heist,
this
him
end
stealing
heist,
the
yeah.
technology from Darren Cross, who, one of their worst villains. It's a
Yeah,
good
he
example
stinks.
of...
Pretty cookie cutter villain.
Right, the
It
villain
was-
is just the opposite
Yeah.
of the hero. I think the story that should have been told, and people did complain about this when this movie was announced, was Hank Pym's story. Hank Pym's story with his wife, Hank Pym's relationship with his daughter, and his relationship with Darren Cross. I think that would have been very, very fascinating to watch, him taking on this individual as a mentor and them going their separate ways because they have different beliefs on how to use this technology. To me, that's a more interesting story.
And then maybe Ant-Man 2 is when you introduce Paul Rudd. And
Yeah,
Scott
Scott Lang he's very charming because he's Paul Rudd, but that's it. He's good at stealing stuff. And he's got a kid.
They try and set up his intelligence with him saying that he has a master's in something. I forget what it was. But
Liberal arts, yeah.
yeah. But they don't really explore how smart Scott Lang really is. He's not this buff, strong guy. He's a tech guy, but they don't ever get into it. They show him working on the suit, but he doesn't really talk about it. It's
Right.
more Hank Pym who talks all the knowledge, which I think Michael Douglas saved this film, to be honest with you.
I think he's the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, him just taking on the role as the old-timer, the mentor who's been there, done that, but can no longer do it and has to find a successor. That's one of my favorite film tropes. It is. But like I said, I also wanted more from that character. I thought the story maybe could have spanned a few decades here, but it doesn't. But like I said, Michael Douglas, I think, was the most interesting part.
The ant thing always bothered me.
Why he
That sensor, how to
controls
control the
ants
ants?
as well?
It's just...
Because he's one with the ants.
I know.
He's Ant-Man.
First of all, Yeah.
they
Where
also
are they
can,
coming from, though?
they can lift
Give me a
more
break.
weight than their body weight. They can do things that are incredible.
First
Like
of all, I don't
Ant-Man.
think the science works out 100%. And it's just
the
really
electromagnetic
just
waves.
very wacky to me.
It's Marvel,
I know.
You didn't cry when
genius.
Antony died?
bro.
You're telling me Antony wasn't the
Every
one
time
of
you
the
said
se-
Anthony,
That was
I
a-
was laughing.
Different ant every time, I guarantee it.
I was thinking that too. I was like, there's no way this motherfucker knows what ant that is. Antony was in the back, like, nope, still here. That was Chuck.
But they basically
I ain't risking my life for
they
this.
enslaved these ants and just sacrificed them at will. Morally, I think it's kind of messed up. And just practically, it doesn't make sense to me.
If you could enslave ants, you would do it in a heartbeat.
It's funny he said
Kicking up your
Dude,
feet, putting sugar in your coffee.
I don't want ant sugar. I can just pick up the sugar on my own. It's not that hard.
It's funny you said sacrificing ants, dude. When they were mobbing towards Darren Cross and he was killing some of the ants, I was like, oh, that's messed up. I feel like I just lost a human. And he was killing some of the ants.
I felt bad for some of
So
the
did
ants.
I.
I really did.
And then even Hope's character, when they brings out the lamb, she's like, "Oh, I thought we were using mice. Like that's better."
No,
Wow,
the lamb
yeah.
is a lot different. That kind of hurt me too.
We had a lot of the same
You eat
thoughts
lamb.
while watching this.
What?
You eat lamb.
Yeah, I don't want to see it get slaughtered though.
But a mouse, you're okay with that?
Yeah, it is weird how we draw the line with certain animals.
I'm drawing a line with a mouse. I mean, you saw the rat that Ant-Man came across with? I don't like that.
Oh no, I'm setting a trap on his ass. But
Yeah.
I think what bothers me most is the idea of eating a pig. I don't like to think about that, how they're just as smart as 3-year-olds. That really fucks with me.
3-year-olds are pretty fucking stupid. So
Okay. Yeah, slap
You
them
almost
on
got
some-
me, but I love bacon too much.
just don't think about it.
I
It's easier that way.
I don't, trust me. No, I do. I do think about it while I'm enjoying my bacon.
Nash wants to get a pig. I told him, he's like, you can't eat pork anymore. He's like, I can eat whatever I want.
I found myself enjoying Cassie's character. I usually don't like kid actors, and I feel like they just annoy me. But
She's
I
also
actually
good in the
liked her.
second one.
Yeah, she is.
The relationship she has with Scott Lang
Doesn't feel forced.
doesn't feel forced. It's fun to watch her mess with her stepdad, telling him, "I hope you don't catch my dad." It's funny. We've seen it before. I think the familiarity of this movie is what makes it so, not mediocre, but a step above mediocrity for me, where it is tolerable, but man, you're really towing the line for me here. If it's not Marvel, if it wasn't a movie that like a character that I knew we were going to see again,
Yeah.
see a better version of this character, I would be really pissed off. But even the score at times is just terrible.
Nothing really stood out.
When they're setting up the score while they're setting up the first heist to steal the suit from Hank Pym, like who made that? The guy who does the music for Nintendo Switch loading screens?
Wait, that was like bongos, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah. It's like bum, ba-da, bum, ba-
Yeah.
bum, ba- what the fuck is
It's heist music.
is it? Heist music is like da-na, low key, lo-fi. There are many aspects of this movie where it just felt like it was a day at the office for Marvel.
This is
And
why I
where
don't
did
like-
where did this come from? You always say that. what, were they in the old office at Marvel headquarters? Like, we got to get Ant-Man out in 2015.
No, I think
we
they
got
saw-
to get Ant-Man out. It is weird because Hank Pym is the more important Ant-Man in the
Right.
comics.
Well, I don't know about the comics, but it just felt like the movie set up Hank Pym that he was the more important Ant-Man.
Yeah, even in the movie, they're like he was a
Yeah.
superhero during World War II. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Show me more of that.
Him fighting off missiles with his wife.
That's actually a sad scene. I wouldn't do that. Sorry.
You're not going in?
Depending on where that nuke's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if I'm going to Cali, I'm good over here.
Sacramento, I love you.
Oh, Boston? No,
R.I.P.
that's
to
a,
the Kings.
that's a shame. Real
Oh,
shame.
Boston?
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know if I can squeeze through.
go Yankees. Fucking bounce.
Gonna have to move
We
some
couldn't get
teams
it. We
around.
tried.
Pat
Couldn't get
suck.
into it.
No, but we wouldn't do that.
No, of course not.
No, it's a very serious, delicate situation.
They brought the quantum realm. You know,
Yeah, first time we see the quantum realm.
didn't see much of it though.
I did also enjoy the fight between them at the end. That was entertaining when they're in the
They're in the room with throwing the train pieces.
right. Yeah, the train Thomas the Tank Engine was funny when they're in the what are they in? They're like in a pocket or a purse or something.
They're in the
The
briefcase.
suitcase?
A suitcase. Yeah.
Briefcase.
Briefcase. Yeah, it is a briefcase.
Okay.
I still think Ant-Man and the Wasp is a step up from this movie, but I don't think we've seen the best of Ant-Man yet. Also, this happens with the Russo brothers. Whatever character they get their hands on, they give us the best version of that character. So we saw Scott Lang in Civil War and how memorable he was turning into Giant Man. So I guess Ant-Man coming out before Civil War was worth it for that moment.
For that one aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they do set up that, like with Falcon and Ant-Man, and why he thinks of Scott to bring on the team. I guess that's cool. And I think the Falcon and Ant-Man fight was probably my favorite fight action sequence.
That was funny.
I thought it was funny, and I think they had good chemistry during that scene. And I thought the fight was pretty cool, seeing how an Avenger would react to this threat coming. Couldn't afford anyone else. Made me think of the Deadpool joke.
It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man.
It's like, oh,
Right,
yep,
right.
it's empty except for one character we could
Captain
afford
America.
to bring on in. Oh, yeah, it's Captain America.
Yeah.
I think the only reason they brought this into the MCU is for the Quantum Realm. If they did think of the Quantum Realm for
Right.
Endgame and Infinity War, this was the only reason why he
Yeah,
got brought in.
this has the Ant-Man and the movies have so much, pretty much the driving force of their biggest movie.
He saves the world,
Yeah.
or he gets the ball rolling. His fight with Falcon demonstrates how powerful this technology is because he's a rookie. It's the first time he's ever scrapping with anyone besides Hope.
Especially Falcon, man.
Yeah, and he's going up against Falcon, and it just goes to show that there are certain abilities and powers in superhero comics and stories that are so OP that if the person masters them, they can... People make the argument, physicists make the argument all the time that he's the most powerful superhero ever, Ant-Man, because of that ability. Obviously, you don't want to stretch it too far, but I think a more skilled director, I hate to shit on you, Peyton Reed, but I'm sorry, would have made this more entertaining from a visual point of view, from a visual aspect.
I'll also talk about his abilities. I think Hope says we only have a few days to get him ready, and he's just mastered fighting the suit and everything.
Yeah, it is quick. Yeah, she's like, I trained for years for this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a dude. I'm a white dude.
I'm Paul Rudd.
I'm Paul Rudd, baby.
This is why they casted me. I'll get this done in 3 days.
You see this six-pack?
Yo, he was ripped. I always hate those shots. I really do.
I always got
That's all it took for Hope. She saw that, and she's like, oh,
Yeah, that's all she needed.
okay.
Yeah, that's six-pack. That'll do it for you. Like I mentioned, I enjoy their relationship. I think they have good chemistry. It was cool to see her show up in Endgame and them side-by-side fighting. And like I said, Ant-Man and the Wasp, to me, is a step up. But overall, this is a movie that's a movie.
It's just in there.
Yeah,
It's just in
it's
there for
there. It's there. It exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the...
Might skip it during the rewatch, might not.
When people say cookie cutter Marvel, this is the movie I
This
think
is,
of.
yeah. My mom loves this movie.
Did you
So
guys...
does Ben Shapiro.
Dude,
It makes so much sense that this is his favorite Marvel movie. So much sense.
I'll tell you what. The Wasp costume looks pretty crazy.
It
I
does
did
look-
like how it looks.
Yeah. That's the end scene of the movie. It's, hey, look at this character. He's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Or
You
it's
Ant-Man?
well,
What
we
if
have
Ant-Man
this...
could fly.
We have this heist that's going to save the world, but we're not going to give you the better suit. He does says they need to work on it a little. Okay.
Yeah. They're tinkering.
I did like Dan Cross's idea though. Imagine having an army of wasps.
Yeah, of course you fucking liked his idea, you psycho. They explain how chaotic that would be.
No, I get it. Yeah, just
You just like it.
imagine the U.S. having that.
Yeah, you
I mean,
would
come
be
on.
John Walker. You 100% would be. Yeah, we see Michelle Pfeiffer come back as Janet Van Dyne in the sequel. And like you mentioned with the Quantum Realm, Scott Lang manages to escape, so Hank Pym realizes maybe it's possible to save his wife. All of that emotional back and forth that they were dealing with, to me, it definitely hits you.
It was all Michael Douglas. He made every interaction with
Yeah,
anyone
I think
fantastic.
Right, it's very much on the surface. I hid this from you because I was trying to protect you. I love you again. But they feel like father and daughter.
Right.
The emotions come off as genuine in those scenes. Even when Scott interrupts it, it's awkward for them. It's awkward for the audience. But there aren't enough of those moments throughout the movie. Good movie moments. But it's Ant-Man.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm very happy I didn't watch it with either of you because you both would have ruined the movie for me.
Yeah, we would have been.
Because you kind of
hilarious.
ruined it for me through this review.
Would have been like the angel and the devil, except just two devils.
I'm just kind of bored, which sucks. I don't think that's the intent of any movie. So, especially not a Marvel movie. And yeah, I think it could have used a little bit more, a little jolt at times. And
a little more
just-
pizzazz,
yeah, spice it up a
spirit
little.
hands.
Some seasoning.
Yeah. This is a bland, piece of just, boiled chicken. It's still good, and, it gives you, the
Gives you energy,
nutrients
you
and,
feel
you
good.
get some protein in, but
But you're not full.
It's a meal.
yeah, I want that fucking Popeyes spicy.
So I'm assuming that you
Grease
guys
dripping down my belly.
Yeah, when I'm eating it, I want to feel like I'm about to die.
when
With
you're done
Ant-Man, I'm feeling healthy.
eating.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
No,
I want to go for a
sucks.
walk.
You don't go to the bar and order chicken on top of lettuce. You go to the bar and you get bar food.
You're taking shots at
Yeah, why are
Aaron.
you taking a shot at me?
What was the discord on this movie coming off of Age of Ultron? Was it like
I think people liked
really,
it.
did people poo-poo on it? Like,
No, I think it's very much a middle of the road movie. No one except Ben Shapiro seems to consider Ant-Man their favorite
And
movie.
your mom.
That I've seen. Yeah, my mom, when he wasn't in Infinity War, she was upset. That was her question after Infinity War. Where was Ant-Man? I don't know, man. He was there.
Being small.
You gotta look for him. Gotta squint. But yeah, I think the response to this movie is it's not a movie that you can easily hate, but it's not a movie that's very lovable. So
I just
it's one of
realized
those
this is the same concept as Iron Man 1.
Yeah, no, well, don't look too closely at the concepts of a lot of the origin stories because they're all
They're all the
basically
same.
Iron Man 1.
Yeah, like, all right.
Guy has everything, loses it,
Yeah.
and rediscovers himself.
Predecessor wants the technology,
You're
not
right.
good enough.
Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Thor. Civil War's next.
That's cool.
Let's go. Wait, he's not on this, right? Because he skipped something with us that
Nah.
me and you reviewed.
Skip Thor 2.
Yeah. So we
Aaron knows you guys need me.
I actually started watching Civil War. I skipped ahead.
Why?
It's a good movie.
I watch Infinity War and Endgame once a month.
What kind of sick fucks are you guys?
Damn, we were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron the Nerd Suit Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Bo says, you keep the lights on in the fridge so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our patron supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.